Welcome back to Madrid Pulse, your ultimate destination for everything in Real Madrid. Here, we bring you breaking news, insider updates, and passionate coverage of the club we all love. From the Santiago Bernabeu to the biggest stages in world football, we pulse with the heartbeat of Los Blancos and keep you at the center of every twist, turn, and triumph. Now, let's dive into the latest explosive chapter involving Real Madrid, La Liga, and a controversial plan to take Spanish football across the Atlantic. The football world was rocked when news broke that La Liga intended to move the Villarreal versus Barcelona match, scheduled for matchday 17 in December 2025, to Miami in the United States. The announcement sparked immediate debate, but no reaction was louder or more decisive than that of Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. Without hesitation, Perez and the club issued a firm and public rejection of the proposal, making it clear they saw this move as a direct threat to the integrity of the competition. Real Madrid's position is rooted in a principle that has long defined fair play in the league: territorial reciprocity. In Spain's domestic league format, each team faces the other twice, once at home and once away, ensuring an even balance of conditions for all competitors. By moving a match to a neutral venue thousands of kilometers away, Perez argued, La Liga would not only break this balance but also give an undue advantage to certain clubs while undermining the competitive equality of the entire competition. In their official statement, the club did not mince words. They described the decision as one that adulterates the competition and warned that it could set a dangerous precedent where non-sporting interests outweigh the spirit of fair competition. Real Madrid made it clear that their rejection was not just about one match, but about defending the core values of the sport in Spain and beyond. Perez's reaction wasn't just rhetorical. Real Madrid quickly moved into action, submitting formal requests to FIFA, UEFA, and Spain's Higher Sports Council, CSD, to block the plan unless all La Liga clubs unanimously agreed to it. The club insisted that such a drastic change to the competition structure could not be implemented without universal approval, and they urged football's governing bodies to step in and ensure that the rules of the game are upheld. From Perez's perspective, allowing the Villarreal versus Barcelona match to be played in the USA would represent a turning point in football, one that could open the floodgates to future matches being moved based on commercial gain rather than sporting fairness. The president made it clear that once such a precedent is set, reversing it would be almost impossible, and the ripple effects could eventually alter the nature of the league itself. The timing of the proposal has also added fuel to the fire. December is a crucial month in La Liga, often shaping the title race and European qualification battles heading into the second half of the season. For Perez and many Madrid fans, the idea of altering the location of such a high-profile match, particularly one involving Barcelona, in the middle of the campaign seemed reckless and disrespectful to the league's traditions and its supporters. Public reaction among Madridistas has been overwhelmingly in support of Perez's stance. Many see this as yet another example of La Liga prioritizing its commercial agenda without properly consulting clubs or considering the sporting implications. Social media exploded with messages of praise for the Real Madrid president's firmness, while rival fans expressed mixed opinions, with some accusing Madrid of protecting their own interests and others agreeing that the move to the USA crosses an important line. Meanwhile, La Liga officials have defended the idea as part of their global expansion strategy, arguing that taking matches abroad can increase the league's visibility and revenue. However, for Real Madrid, the issue is not about growth but about safeguarding the competition's credibility. Perez has stressed that if La Liga wants to explore overseas matches, it should be in the context of friendlies or preseason tournaments, not official league fixtures that have a direct impact on standings and titles. As the battle intensifies, all eyes are now on FIFA, UEFA, and the CSD to see whether they will intervene. If they side with Real Madrid, it could halt La Liga's international ambitions before they gain momentum. If they side with La Liga, it could mark the start of a new era where league matches are no longer bound to their home territories. For Madrid Pulse and Real Madrid fans everywhere, this is more than just a scheduling dispute. It's a fight for the soul of Spanish football. The Argentine gem landed in the capital to begin his journey as a Real Madrid player. The flight carrying Franco Mastantuono from Buenos Aires touched down in Madrid at 2 p.m. Amid the usual hustle and bustle of Terminal 4 at Barajas Airport, an expectant crowd awaited a moment that had been weeks in the making. The Argentine star set foot for the first time on the capital's soil, which is now his new home. He didn't come alone. He was accompanied by his father and his agent, two figures who have been fundamental pillars in this transition that has catapulted the young player from River Plate's youth system to Real Madrid. The scene at the airport had something of an initiation ritual about it. Dozens of fans were there, some wearing white shirts and others wearing red and white. Mastantuono, with the simplicity that characterizes those who still retain the freshness of adolescence, stopped to sign shirts. There was no rush, nor was there a set protocol. Just a young man who, despite the magnitude of the moment, kept his feet on the ground and a genuine smile on his face. It was his first contact with that boundless passion that moves mountains when it comes to the White Club. He was amazed by the Bernabeu. The journey to the hotel became a sort of emotional pilgrimage. The Argentine passed through the outskirts of Valdebebas, where he saw the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium for the first time. It was no coincidence. The connection between the two Argentines transcends football. Both came from River Plate, and both had that special spark that fills the stands. Follow the same path as Don Alfredo is a source of pride for someone born at River Plate. The youngster confessed a few days ago in an exclusive interview with Marca. But if there was one moment that captured the magic of those early hours, it was when he walked past the Santiago Bernabeu. Franco took out his phone and began recording, as any young man his age would do when faced with something that deeply impresses him. The dimensions of the White Colosseum loomed before him. "Little one, huh?" he murmured ironically, aware that he was gazing at one of the most sacred temples in world football. A temple where he will be able to unleash his magic for the first time on August 19th. Desire to make history. Fate would have it that those first few hours in Madrid had an added spice. David Trezeguet, a French legend who also wore the River Plate jersey, crossed paths with Franco as he entered the hotel. A chance encounter, without the need for words, between two footballers united by the red stripe. Separated by several generations but connected by that thread that unites those who have felt the magic of the monumental. Back at the hotel, the hours passed with the slowness necessary to process such a wealth of emotions. Franco rested and warmly welcomed the fans who had gathered. He seemed visibly happy, relaxed, and highly motivated about the start of his exciting journey as a Real Madrid player. "I want to start now," he confessed at one point in the afternoon. 4 words that sum up the impatience of someone who has waited as long as necessary to fulfill his dream. On August 14th, when he turns 18, his Real Madrid adventure will officially begin. But his first hours in Madrid have already made one fundamental point clear. Mastantuono has arrived to turn the future into the present.